Hello, Chloe. Welcome to the Marvel family.
Oh, thank you. Well, look at your Nova.
Yes. Listen, when Nova makes it to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, this is going to be one happy camper right here.
I'm with you. Fingers crossed.
One of these days. But we have to talk Eternals, right?
Yeah.
I want to start. I have a coworker. His name's Jim, and he is flying home this weekend, in 2 weeks, to go see Eternals with his family because it's the first time he can see a Marvel movie on opening night with his mother, who is hearing impaired, because it's available in closed captions.
Yes.
I would love to hear about how that, like, what goes into that. Is that a challenge to set up? Like, why do you think it took until now to make a movie like this available in that format right away?
Well, I give prop to Marvel. You know, when I came into the process, they already have this deaf superhero written into the treatment. And then Lauren coming in, you know, really, I completely rely on her to bring this character to life. And I learned so much about the things that I never thought is, you know, the idea of deaf gain, you know, the idea of like, there's something that she is capable of doing and experiencing with the world that I don't have a chance to experience. And that's something so beautiful. And she also really is advocating this, like the experience of theatrical experience and not just relying on the box. There's a box where you read this. So it was very important for us to have closed captioning on the screen for the deaf community at our opening. And then also encouraging the theaters and making sure that they do that as well.
I love that that's happening. I think that's a really awesome move by you guys. As a comic fan, I caught several DC Comics references in this movie, and they're super fun. Are those does that get a little bit slippery? Like when you're trying to work in who we talk about, like, do they exist in comics form? Like, how does that all work?
Well, I take some responsibility for that. I think we're in the business of telling stories about mythology. And Superman, for example, you know, come from origin of mythology in many different cultures. There's a form of Superman, and the people that created Superman and the brilliant filmmakers has brought Superman to screen in their movies are basically, in my opinion, doing a modern interpretation of that mythology. And Icarus is our interpretation of that mythology. It doesn't mean we can't pay tribute and have a good time with these iconic ones that we all love so much. I mean, who doesn't love Superman and Batman? So, and
exactly.
Clearly, our Eternals like them. So.
I love that. There were with all Marvel movies, there's always rumors and theories and speculation leading up to it throughout production. One of the rumors that kind of gained some steam was that Thanos was going to appear in Eternals. And I loved to hear, did you ever consider having him in there? Or was there anything that like you were like, oh, that's kind of close to what we're doing? There might be onto something throughout this.
You know, as a fangirl, I love Thanos. Like, he is one of my favorite. I feel bad, but like I'm kind of with him a lot of times, and I feel really bad when he became the dust in the wind. So, of course, I would love to, but it was a discipline of, I think, the team at Marvel and the Furples, who created the story with the team. We stand alone as a movie. It's important at this stage of the MCU to take a step back. And it's scary, and it's very brave for them to have that discipline.
Yeah, I love it. Well, listen, Chloe, thank you so much for taking the time to talk. It's a pleasure to speak with you, and I can't wait for everybody to see Eternals at the beginning of November when this one finally hits theaters.
Thank you.